On this drive-through kitchen, I'm making the Taco Bell Chalupa Supreme. I'm going to show you how to make the flatbread shell. Do you want to know how to make this? Do you want to know how to make it? Okay, it doesn't look exactly. I will show you the technique to make it look exactly. I tried something different this time to see if that worked, and it didn't. So I'll show you the right way to do this so it doesn't come out puffy and ugly like this. It'll look exactly the same, and your kids won't know the difference. Promise. Do you want to see how to do all this stuff, the meat, all these different things? You're going to have to stick around to watch this episode of Drive-Thru Kitchens. We're making, I already said this, the Taco Bell Chalupa Supreme. Keep up, people. Come on. All right, let's make this video. To make our chalupa, we are just going to take 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt. We have 2 tablespoons of vegetable shortening here. This is Crisco, basically, just room temperature. We're going to put that in a mixer, and we're just going to incorporate this real quick, get the dry stuff all mixed up real fast before we add our 1 cup of whole milk. This is cold. It doesn't need to be warmed up because we don't have any yeast in this. But yeah, this is basically a simple recipe on how to make this. You do not need a mixer. You can easily do this by hand. It's a little messy, but it takes twice as long, but this can easily be done by hand, so don't think you have to have a mixer for this one. But yeah, we want to just mix that for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, something like that, till it incorporates all the dry stuff. Then we let it rest for 20 minutes with a damp towel over the top. And now we're going to knead it again. This is going to take about 3 minutes, something like that, 2-3 minutes. We're not going crazy, but yeah, when it basically gets nice and smooth, that's where you want it to be. We're going to take this out, and now let's start forming up the chalupas and get these things all rolled out. With our dough ball on the counter, we're just going to do a little bench kneading here real quick on the countertop. So just roll this thing around. You don't need any flour for this. It's not terribly sticky at this point. So just do the flip, the fold, and the push with the heel, the palm of your hand there, the heel of your palm. Just do that a few times. Nothing crazy until you get a ball. We're going to measure this out. We got 622 grams on this thing. We need 8 of these little balls, so that's about 77 3/4, so 78-ish. We're just going to cut them until we get 8 of them and weigh them out, make sure we get them all the same. Okay, there's 6 here, but trust me, you want 8. If you do 6, they're going to come out way too big, unless you like giant chalupas. But if you want smaller ones, normal size, that's what you want. All right, so we're just going to roll these, make them tight little balls to start with. Now we've got to form these out. We've got a rolling pin. We're just squishing this one out a little bit. Again, we're not adding flour to this. If it sticks to your rolling pin, you can have a little bit of flour for that. But we just want to push forward and pull back from the center. And then you need to lift it off the counter, release it, do a 1/4 turn, and push again. If you don't release it from the counter, it won't move anymore because it's stuck. So each time you do this, you have to lift it, release it, and then press. You can see how much it's moving. This thing goes pretty quick. It doesn't take terribly long. This isn't sped up. This is just regular time. You're watching how this happens in real time, because this is kind of the trick. If you're not used to doing this kind of stuff, the first couple are going to be a pain in the butt, and then they get much easier after that. So just practice a little bit, and you have 8 of them. So you've got plenty of chance to practice on these before you get to the couple you need. All right, put them on some wax paper, and let's go cook them. Cooking this chalupa is pretty easy. We've got a pot here with some neutral cooking oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, something like that. It's heated to 350. You can see the thermometer in there because you have to keep track of your temperature. We're going to put this face side down to start with, and then fold it in half and put that cook size inside, because that's going to be the inside of our chalupa. And you got to hold this thing down because it will try to get all these bubbles and everything else, and it's crazy. Now you can do this shallow fried, and it actually works much, much better. It's much easier to control, so you don't have to deep fry this. You could do this in 3/4 of an inch of oil in a regular frying pan. It works fantastic. This is a little bit of a pain in the butt because it's kind of hard to control this thing, to be honest with you, and it wants to get all the bubbles and everything, and you want to hold them flat. But yeah, once it starts getting on a nice color to it, you can see this thing is cooking beautifully. Do not try to overcook this, because then it gets too crunchy, and then that's no good. You still want it to be chewy. But yeah, make sure you drain it really, really, really good, and that is how you make a chalupa right there. It's going to be so delicious. Let's make a taco. See, that was super easy. Everything is basically done at this point, and we are just going to assemble this thing. I think that's the easiest part. Luckily, you got the right guy for the job. When it comes to easy, I'm your guy. So the meat here is the only thing I didn't show you how to make because I made a standalone video for this, and you're going to have to go watch that video because that's how YouTube works. I make you watch 2 videos for one, and then I get twice the views, and YouTube says, hey, that guy's going somewhere. That's exactly how they sound, by the way, when they call. Hi, it's YouTube. Fred, what are you going to do? Hi, Fred. His name isn't Fred. I don't know what his name is. But anyways, we're going to assemble this thing. We're going to make this delicious and awesome because, oh, everybody loves a chalupa, right? Okay, so we have our chalupa shell here. This is nice and fried and still hot. Oh, it's delicious. We've got our lovely meat here. Oh, you can see the steam coming off of that. We are just going to lay this in here. You got to lay a lot in because, come on, it's a chalupa. It's big. It's bigger than a taco, so it gets more than a taco. That should be their slogan, more than a taco. Their slogan should be, damn, that's expensive. Be more accurate, at least. All right, so we have a bunch of meat in there. The Supreme gets sour cream and tomatoes. That's what makes it special. If you get it without that sort of thing, which I don't think they sell it that way, but you always can ask, you just have to pay extra, which makes no sense because they're taking stuff off. But lettuce, shredded up, and some cheddar cheese. This is Mexican sour cream. This isn't regular sour cream. You should only use this if you're making anything Mexican foodie. It is amazing. So good. Oh, look at that oozy goozy. So delicious. So good. Oh, loving this. All right, lettuce is going down. We are just packing this in. Don't have to go too crazy. Making tacos, not salad here, people. Right? Unless you're making a taco salad, which we'll do on a future episode of Drive-Thru Kitchen. Tomatoes, because, you know, might as well put the tomatoes there instead of anywhere else. And then, of course, you put cold cheese on top of your cold vegetables, because that makes no sense whatsoever. But it's the Taco Bell way, and if I don't make the thumbnail look like that, you're going to crucify me. So there you go. Always put the cheese next to the hot stuff, by the way. Melts and it tastes good. Doing it that way is silly. So, there. I got it out of the way. Anybody who wants to criticize, I'm just duplicating what they were doing, but I'm telling you how to make it better. The cheese, the sour cream, then cheese, then lettuce, then tomato. That would be a much better way to do this, but they didn't do that, so I can't do it. I'm not allowed. So, there you go. This is the Chalupa Supreme right there. I'm going to take a thumbnail real fast so you know to click on this video, and then I'm going to come back and eat this thing. Hold on 1 second. I promise it'll only take 1 second. All right, there's a little piece of meat fillet. I love that Taco Bell meat. The way I make it, not the way they make it. The stuff they have now, ugh, not so good. And that's why if you watch that video, there's no Torilla yeast in that. That Taco Bell does use Torilla yeast. You know what else uses Torilla yeast? Dog food. Not a joke. Dog food. You know why? Because it gives it a really good beefy flavor. You know what else has really good beefy flavor? Beef. Try using it. Shots fired. All right, I am going to take a lovely big bite of this thing, and I'm going to eat the whole thing, but I'm not going to make you watch me eat the whole thing. Just this bite because, come on. You wish you could bite this right now, don't you? And you can. All you got to do is make this thing. It's super simple. You probably have the stuff to do this. Seriously, that shell, it's pretty easy, isn't it? Come on. Going in. Okay, this might not be the prettiest looking chalupa as far as all the little blisters and everything. If you shallow fry it instead of deep fry it, you're going to get the little blisters, not the big ones. But, oh, that flavor is so insane. Oh, it's like a taco and dessert. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to wrap this up because I gotta eat the rest of that in about 3 more bites. Thank you for watching this. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you go try and make this chalupa at home, because you can make it better and cheaper. You can. In your own kitchen. That's what we do here at the Drive-Thru Kitchen. Show you how to do all this stuff at home so you don't have to go through the drive-thru anymore. you want to see more stuff like this, you can always subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. They will tell you when the next video comes out, or go back to the channel homepage. There's a whole bunch of videos there to look at. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.